Welcome back, Exiles. In our last video, we rode deep into the lore of the Hyrkanians, the savage horsemen who dominate the steppes and bow to no king. But understanding their history is only half the battle. To truly roleplay as a Hyrkanian, you have to live like one. And that means saying goodbye to massive stone castles and square boxes. Today, on Neptune's Fury Gaming, we are building a home for the Horde. We're going to construct an authentic Hyrkanian nomadic camp. We aren't just using one set. We are mixing the Turonian, Vonair, and Flotsam sets to create a settlement that looks rugged, patched together, and ready to move at a moment's notice. Grab your hammers, Exiles. The first rule of a Hyrkanian build is, don't build one big house. We are building a community. We want a cluster of small, individual yurts scattered communal fires throughout the camp. Start by finding a relatively flat area. For our foundations, we are avoiding most of the stone sets we are used to. Instead, we are using the Vonair cabin set, specifically grass foundations. These work nicely with the Turonian expansion set that we are using for our yurts. When you place stone foundations, they look dug into the earth permanent. But the Vonair grass foundations blend seamlessly with the terrain, especially here in the north or the highlands. It makes your yurts look like they were just pitched on top of the ground, preserving that temporary nomadic feel. Now let's raise the walls. The Hyrkanians are the ancestors of the Turanians, but out here on the frontier, they don't live in gilded palaces. We want a look that says sturdy but scavenged. I recommend mixing all the palisades and fences. My personal favorite is the Zingaran walls. They blend nicely with the Hyrkanian theme. Don't be afraid to mix the palisades and make them different heights. We want this to look hand-built, not factory-made. To truly capture that Hyrkanian spirit, we want to use decorations that scream nomad. If you have purchased the Hyrkanian stable set from the bazaar, the Hyrkanian horse stable and corral fences are great to scatter around your camp. Pair them with haystacks to make the stables feel active and alive. I found the corral fences more difficult to use than the wooden fences. Mark your territory with Hyrkanian banners. These sigils let every traveller know exactly whose land they've crossed. The horse emblems and Hyrkanian banner with gruesome heads attached will surely send a message to any wary travellers. And for the ultimate Hyrkanian statement is the painted Hyrkanian horse. A statement of beauty until you realize what is hanging off the saddle. But don't worry if you don't have these specific items. You can still nail this aesthetic. Lean heavily into furs. Cover your floors and use the Nomadian chairs with furs draped over them. Use standard wooden fences and palisades throughout your camp. And the most important trick? Move your life outside. Place your crafting benches outdoors. Hyrkanians live under the open sky, not trapped behind walls. Make it look lived in, and it will look authentic. At the edge of camp stands the war hut. We built this using the rugged Vonair cabin walls for that heavy log structure, topped with an insulated wood roof to shed the snow. Notice the lost dungeon fences atop the roof. Then I added the Vonair triangle pieces to seal that jagged, scavenged, would look perfect for a raiding culture. Inside, the warlord discusses our next move with the scout. The target? A small settlement in the southern desert. We ride at dawn, cut their supply lines, and vanish back to camp before they even draw their swords. Rising above the rest of the camp is the heart of our leadership, the commander's yurt. This is larger, set slightly uphill. For this build, we swapped to the Turonian expansion set. Inside, the space is devoted to two things, rest and war. A massive bed lined with furs sits against the back wall, because a leader must be well rested to lead. But the true centerpiece is the planning desk. Covered in maps and scrolls, this is where the fate of the exiled lands is decided. Security is paramount here. You'll see his loyal hound resting near the commander's side. In a world of assassins and thieves, a sharp set of teeth is better than any lock. And finally, his most vital asset, the messenger owl. This isn't just for show. This bird is the lifeline of the Horde, carrying sealed orders to our other war camps scattered across the map. While we ride horses, our words fly on wings. And finally, we come to the soul of the camp, the tavern yurt. Now, when you're building a tavern for nomads, you have to forget about clean lines and polished countertops. This place needs to feel like it was unpacked from a wagon just an hour ago. In a Hyrkanian camp, barrels aren't just storage. They are used for the bare essentials in a small yurt tavern. It gives the impression that the tribe is well stocked with ale and wine, ready for a long journey across the steppe. I've layered the floor with scattered fur rugs, bear, wolf, whatever the hunters brought in. I've even hung the outler candle holders for a dim light in this makeshift tavern. It creates a rustic, warm, and incredibly cozy atmosphere where a warrior can finally take off their boots. It's cramped, it's cluttered with tables and chairs, and it's full of fur and rustic decor. It's exactly the kind of place a Hyrkanian horse warrior would want to rest and drink. Building a Hyrkanian or nomadic camp challenges you to think differently about space. It's messy, it's organic, and it's incredibly immersive. It's not just a base, it's a story written in wood and cloth. If you enjoyed this tour and want to see more culture-specific builds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Be sure to check out the final Hyrkanian video, where we will explore how to apply the lore and the builds of the Hyrkanians to your nomadic roleplay character.